Are you ready to kickstart your week with some dirt slinging and tire slaying action motorsports radio that packs the biggest guests?
Hi, Ken Block here. Hey.
Broken down the barriers of what a motorsports radio show should be. This is the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor, with support from General Tire, KMC Wheels, Dirtfish, Gibson Exhaust, and MTX Audio, with your host, who also happens to spend his weekends flying 800 horsepower trucks through the dirt, Jim Beaver.
When was the last time you saw an off-road or rally driver begging to get behind the wheel of a NASCAR IndyCar? Yep, not happening, but you sure see these pavement racers begging to drive our cars.
And his partner in crime every week, a self-proclaimed Canadian moto chick who was jumping triples and taking podiums before most guys even learned to ride. Amy Hood.
No one knows how to say my last name. Like, is it really that hard? Amy Hood, like I'm from the hood. Don't get it twisted.
Sit back, strap in, and be prepared to join us as we take you through a motorsports ride like no other. Here is the man who carries a steering wheel in one hand and a mic in the other, Jim Beaver.
Good morning. Welcome to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here. Another Tuesday, another Down and Dirty Radio Show. And, man, Hood, we got some fun ones today. We got the Canadian rally legend Antoine Lestage. Went into the Canadian Motorsports Hall of Fame. Like, seriously, we got somebody from up north. Like, this is a big deal for you. It's like Canadian royalty, Hood.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's nice to have somebody from the motherland over here, the Great White North.
Yeah, then we've got Kyle Pallin, Team LaValle snowcross rider, factory Polaris rider for Team LaValle. Man, he was in that Amsoil Dominator this past weekend to kick things off at Duluth, went into the final round, ended up second in that, but banging bars with Tucker Hibbert, Cody Cam, Lincoln Lemieux. It was a good opening weekend, but it'd be good to catch up with Kyle Pallin, talk a little bit of snowcross, and then a couple of my Dirtfish Rally teammates. We've got Connor Martell and James Rimmer. So, I don't know, a good mix of rally, some snowcross, and you and I got a ton to talk about on some other things. Joe Duncan, he just sent me a random text, said, I got some massive breaking news. Hopefully we can do it on the show. I think it might be regarding X Games. So, that's all I know is he says, I've got breaking news. I'm getting out of a meeting, and hopefully I can call in. So, I don't know. We got some fun stuff happening. Definitely stay tuned here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderson, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When RJ Anderson wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning Razor XP1000. RJ is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris Razors to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris Razors RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderson and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris Razor vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible. Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount. MTX Audio is the leader in sound. Whether you're looking for high-quality, all-weather motorsports audio products like soundbars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle, need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones, MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at mtx.com.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268-horsepower, turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, and well, Hood, it was Thanksgiving here in the United States. I survived Black Friday. I know we had quite the conversation about that. Actually, I avoided Black Friday like crazy. I did have to go. So I had. Have you heard of the Elf on the Shelf?
Yes, I've heard of the Elf on the Shelf. And actually, I found out all about it when I was actually in the U.S. with one of my American friends as a kid. And I stayed over at their house, and I slept on the couch, and I woke up in the morning, and on the staircase, this elf was, like, staring at me, and I kind of freaked out because I wasn't there in the morning or at nighttime, so then they told me all about Elf on the Shelf. But, yeah, pretty funny.
So, you know, long story short, so Addie's had an Elf on the Shelf. His name's Toby. She's had him for, like, 3-4 years since they came out. It's cool. I mean, we get to do all kinds of fun stuff with Toby, right? But anyways, now they've got all these accessories and these pets. So last year she got a reindeer named Rocket, and we come up with cool names around our house. But anyways, she got the Rocket the reindeer, who's Toby's buddy, and now like they've got this whole line of things. So now they've got this dog that's the dog that goes along with these other ones. So it's like every year you got to buy something to go along. So we're going to have like this entire freaking North Pole full of stuffed little figures here shortly. But anyway, she wanted this dog, right? My daughter really doesn't ask for a whole lot. So it's like, okay, so Toby's coming back. We got to, God, let's hope she doesn't listen to the show this week. And I ruin all the Christmas magic. Anyway, she wants this dog that goes along with everything, right? So I go, God, the only place that I knew had him was at Target. So I go to Target, I walk in, and I need one thing. It's this stupid little stuffed dog in a box. And the line was these people, like the line to check out. I asked one of the people, they've been waiting for 50 minutes in this line to check out. I'm like, this is unreal. So anyways, I get this, and I'm like, it was the only place they had one, and I'm like, oh my God, like I don't want to wait in this line. Anyways, I go back to the electronics section, and I look at the guy, and I said, man, can you ring me up? He's like, no, we just do electronics back here. I said, dude, I'm not going to wait in this line. My daughter wants this dog. He's like, all right, man. So he rang me up, and I literally skipped the line because I went back to electronics, and somehow he just like, yeah, I wouldn't wait in that either. But I just couldn't believe it. Like, people are serious. Wait a day. You don't have to wait in the line. Like, the deals aren't that good. Like, I'm not, I don't care about saving $10 on a television set. Like, wait a day, I don't know. To me, it's just crazy. Us Americans are nuts.
Check your phone right now, Jim, and see the picture that I sent you of Elf on the Shelf. So my generation's Elf on the Shelf, instead of, doing like cute little family stuff. Jim, let me know if you got the picture that I just sent you.
He's pissing in a thing of Fireball.
Yeah, so the cool thing about Elf on the Shelf that, like, our friends do is that we try to actually do the most, like, ridiculous, crazy, we put Elf in, like, death scenarios and have him, like, dangling Barbie from a piece of string, off the bed frame kind of thing. Like, we do, like, really funny, action-packed Elf on the Shelf things. So that's what you got to do with Addie. Like, you literally got to set it up where, he's, like, dragging Barbie behind, like, a little toy quad or something. Like, you got to be extravagant and just do like the craziest scenarios with Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah, we did. We've done a couple of cool ones. I've set up some zip lines. I set up a bungee jump.
That's cool.
We've had one where we actually set it up where he stole Barbie's Corvette, and I set up a ramp. And like so literally he'd go down the ramp and jump this Barbie car across the living room, and like it was like I've set up some pretty cool stuff. Like sometimes it takes a lot of work, and you got to do it after they go to bed, you know. So you got to be quiet, like, you know. So it's one of those things where it's entertaining. Like it's not every night he doesn't do something crazy and extravagant, but at least a couple times a week we try and go over the top with it. And no, it's fun. It's just my story for Black Friday. I will not go out on Black Friday. I had to go out this time, and I swear I don't know what people are thinking. Like I seriously, it's stupid.
No, I've never had. I've never gone Black Friday shopping or Cyber Monday or whatever it is. I'm a bargain shopper anyway, so I just always buy cheap stuff. I have no expensive taste. That's all, except in the motorsport vehicles that I drive. Okay, yeah. I have expensive taste then.
Yeah. So you got a new dog, right? You got to tell me about this new dog, Charlie, right?
I did. So if people have been following my Instagram, it's gotten taken over. There's no more dirt bikes or Monster Jam trucks. It's all my new little adopt the puppy, Charlie. So a girlfriend of mine sent me this post, and she had saw on Facebook that there's this dog up north, like in a reserve, that was going to get put down. She had no home. She was like mangy little puppy. And then another dog who had like a big tumor that exploded. Yeah, really sad. Whoa. Sorry guys to bring down this negative vibe here. But I decided, I was like, well, I'm not doing anything. Ashlyn, what time are you done work? Let's go take my truck and adventure out there and go rescue them. Well, decided to freeze, like it was freezing rain here, and it was about like 6 o'clock, and it was really dark outside, and I was like, I don't know, like the roads are terrible. We had to drive like 2 hours up north, like just, I didn't even know where I was going. So we were almost opted out, and then we're like, nope, let's just go on an adventure. And we ended up going and scooping up puppy number one, which ended up being mine. Now I can't get rid of her. And then we went and got this other dog that was really sick, unfortunately, and we brought him back to the city, brought him to this, like a fostering place. And I was like, hey, do you need help with the little puppy? Like, I can foster her. I have nothing else going on. And, so I ended up with Charlie, and she's staying out at Grandma's house, a.k.a. Mom and Dad right now, and chilling and just loving life. And it's pretty crazy to turn around in, like, 4 days after this little thing's done. But, man, like, res dogs, like, she's my tough little res dog. Like, she is so smart. She's only about 2 months old, or 8 weeks. And she goes to the door and knows how to, like, go to the bathroom and just, like, go sit at the door and kind of whines. Like, it's incredible how smart this dog is. So I'm pretty sure we just ended up bonding and loving each other. Now, hopefully I'm going to bring her on my Monster Jam tour, and he's going to be the tour dog. Yeah.
Well, I know you've been talking about getting a dog for I don't know how long, since I've known you. What, 3 years now? Like you've talked about it. So like you're like, I'm going to rescue these dogs. I'm like, you're going to rescue them, right? Keep telling yourself that, Amy. Like I knew as soon as I heard you were going on this rescue mission, I'm like, somehow this dog is going to be yours. Like it didn't matter.
I didn't know what we were even picking up. Like I just knew the one dog was this older, like big German Shepherd, and again, I'm not even too sure. I have to like look in to see how she's doing, but she was not in good shape. But then, this other dog that we picked up was like this little puppy, and like as soon as we took her out of the kennel, because I guess somebody found her in the bush, like instantly, like she just came over to us and like put her paws up, like was so happy just that someone rescued her. It was the cutest thing ever. But, Jim, we've talked about it before over and over again, but I just decided that taking care of a puppy is a lot better than taking care of a guy, so I just replaced them,
Smart move.
Dogs are the loyalest friends you can ever have, so why not?
Yeah. So I'm not arguing with that, man. I was not an animal person. We got a dog, and I swear to God, I love that thing. It's like, it's like my second kid.
Little rascal there, but
yeah.
I'm pretty sure if I end up keeping her, like, I am leaving on tour in January to start, Monster Jam, but she's so good, and like, I got a lot of friends. I'm only gone for weekends. I don't know yet what's going to happen. I have a few people who are interested in adopting her, but we bonded. Like I said, like we're two peas in a pod. Like you know, you always like gravitate to a dog that's like your personality, and like I feel like she's like overcome adversity, and she's like this tough little chick, and I feel like she represents a little bit of me. So
I bet she binge watches Netflix too.
Yeah, we definitely Netflix and chilled together.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm sure the dog binge watched Netflix. You guys are two peas in a pod right there. Man, all right. Well, check this out. We got Kyle Pallin early here, so we're gonna pick him up and then go to break. Hey, cool. Kyle, what's happening, my friend?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. You were a few minutes early. We're getting ready to go to break, but I was like, Kyle's here. We got a minute to kill. We'll pull him up. We were talking Black Friday and all kinds of stuff, so we haven't actually talked motorsports yet. So I'm glad you're calling in because you're going to change things. We can actually talk some motorsports here in a minute.
All right. I'm probably a little bit more versed in the. I can hold up my end of the conversation better that way.
All right, we're going to take a short break here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. We come back about 3 minutes out. We got Kyle Pallin, Amy Hood, and myself on the line. All that and more still to come. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty Radio Show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it. So when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our Razor vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of Razor vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a Razor 170 like me, take the entire family out in a Razor XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new Razor XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris Razor. Check out the full Polaris Razor lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor. Are you looking for a place to push yourself behind the wheel and see how your driving skills stack up? Dirtfish Rally School is that place. Located on 315 acres of pristine automotive playground at the foot of the Cascade Mountains in Snoqualmie, Washington, right outside of Seattle, Dirtfish Rally School is a one-of-a-kind place where everyone from first-time drivers to seasoned professionals like Bucky Lassick and Antoine can push themselves to their limit. Whether driving the high-performance, rally-prepped all-wheel drive Subaru Impreza STI is what you're looking for, or you'd rather hang it all out in the rear-wheel drive Subaru BRZ, Dirtfish Rally School has something for everyone. Classes are available from 2 hours to 3 full days and feature instructors with over 150 years of combined racing experience. Whether you're looking to become the best and get an edge on the competition, or just looking to freshen your skills behind the wheel, Dirtfish Rally School is the place to go. For more information on registering for classes, visit Dirtfish on the web at dirtfish.com, or to check out the latest happenings from Dirtfish, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dirtfish Rally. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood, and Kyle Pallin here. And I got to say, Kyle, we were talking about Black Friday and Thanksgiving and all that. You're like the one guy, you don't ever have to even worry about it because you know you're going to be snowcross racing the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly. I have never gotten to take part in the whole Black Friday festivities. It's always, just I'm getting all my snowcross gear ready to go and trying to make sure I have everything all in order because it's race day for me.
Yeah, do you guys...
Well, that's a pretty interesting Duluth, though, I mean, you guys had this crazy fog rolling. I mean, I'm just from up north here in Winnipeg, and we dealt with the same thing. But Sunday got canceled for you guys.
Yeah, it was definitely a bummer. We, they're like, okay, we're going to postpone an hour, and that went by, and then they said, okay, we're going to wait another hour, and then they finally had to make the call. We didn't have lights, and so we would have had to been done by 4:00, and even at the time when they finally decided to make the call to cancel Sunday, it was really foggy up there, and it wouldn't have been safe, and it's tough because I know a lot of people come so far for that first race for the Duluth one, and you want to everybody's chomping at the bit to race, but sometimes Mother Nature has other plans, I guess.
Yeah, to me, definitely. Like you guys race in just about anything. I mean, it's snowcross, and, it doesn't matter. -30, we're racing, right? Like for them to cancel it, to me, I was like, I think it was Kristen or somebody, maybe it was a Team LaValle account, I can't remember, posted up a picture, and you literally couldn't see anything. But for them to cancel a race because conditions were too bad to race, I'm like, that's saying something, because you guys will pretty much race in anything.
Yeah, it's like, if you think about when it's super cold out, like you were saying, the snow dust that hangs in the air, from the machines, it's insane. Like, there's countless times, especially right at the start, where you're blind there for a few seconds, where you don't know what you're hitting and kind of just hoping for the best. So yeah, I've been racing now. I think this is my 14th year, and there was one other time when I was 14 that they had to postpone or cancel Duluth because of fog. So it's pretty rare thing. It's only happened a couple times there in about 10 years.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy about Duluth is here, like, I think it was a week and a half ago. I don't know. We had Cody Cam on air, I think maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I don't know, but it was to the point where we thought Duluth was going to be canceled because there was no snow. And then fast forward a week, and we're getting the event canceled because there's too much fog. Like, I mean, it was crazy. The event almost didn't even go off, right?
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, like they had a window of like a day or two to make all the snow, and so it was crazy that the event even happened in the first place, and then to have it canceled because of something totally that nobody would have ever imagined is just kind of wild.
Yeah. Well, you had a pretty wild weekend. We got to start off with the Amsoil Dominator, because this is something that's it's unique to this event. But dude, so close to $10,000. I mean, you could almost taste it, right?
It's so bittersweet. I mean, that's 2 years in a row now that I finished second in the Dominator, and I got to the final, and I was just thinking on the line, I was like, okay, this is my chance to redeem myself from last year, and I'm just going to give it everything I got. and Elias, hats off to him. He was running crazy on Friday night, and I made the cut under move there in the first corner, and we went into like a little double single section. I ended up overshooting the double, and it checked me up a bit, and that was enough for him to pull ahead. And in a race that short, you just have to be absolutely mistake-free, because there's just it happens so fast. There's not enough time to catch back up.
Yeah. How do you approach a race like that different than an actual snowcross race? I mean, snowcross, it's 110% from the start, but the Dominator's even so much more. I mean, it's literally, you can't make a mistake. I mean, how do you approach that? I mean, it's just literally guns a-blazing, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a fine line. Like, you don't want to be reckless, of course, but I guess, like, the best way I can describe it is, if you're in a long moto or a long final, like, I think a lot of racers can relate. Like, there's certain moves or things you might do in the last 2 laps of the race. If you're trying to make that last, pass for the win, or that last pass for the podium spot, there's just like maybe you up the risk level just a little bit more. And I guess that's kind of how you have to approach the Dominator. It's not always the most fun, like, because you're really, really flirting with the edge. But if you don't, like somebody else is gonna be, and they're gonna be passing you up.
Yeah. It's essentially like a dash for cash, and it's pretty funny because back in the day, there used to be a ton of motocross dash for cashes, and my dad used to go and we used to travel around all these little fair races in these little towns, and my dad was like the king of dash for cash. There's always that one guy who, like you said, likes to throw it all on the line and just, can never put a full race together. I mean, that's not my dad, but there's always that one guy who never can win a race, but he always wins the dash for cash. He's just the most radical and aggressive one-lapper.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, looking at this season, I mean, obviously last year you got that big victory. I think we had you on air right after the big, big win. It was like you got the monkey off your back, and approaching this year, I know, obviously, it's who can take it to Tucker, and obviously it looks like you guys, I mean, collectively, everybody raised their game just after watching what we saw at Duluth. I mean, it looks like it's game on, man. Everybody's bringing their A game this year.
Yeah, it's unreal. I was just talking to the team about that after the races on Saturday night. That the pro open class this year is just, the talent level runs so deep. I mean, you put the top 10 guys, you put any one of them out there, give them the whole shot, and they're capable of winning. And it's not like when I started in the pro open class, there was kind of like four guys. It was Tucker, Ross Martin, Robbie Malinowski, and Tim Tremblay were like the four elite, and like you could always count on them being up front. But now, I mean, the sleds are so even now. Like anybody can get a whole shot dang near. I mean, everybody's on good equipment and they're fast. The guys are getting faster. So it really makes it fun. It really, really makes it fun because I think it raises, the level of the sport, and continually it makes me want to push harder because, you're just constantly trying to separate yourself from the rest of the group. You're trying to get, that edge on everybody. And so it's pretty cool to see how the talent level has raised just in the short amount of time that I've been a pro.
Yeah. How has it been with you guys? Because I know, what was it, about 2 years ago, Polaris had the big switch to the new Axis chassis. And I know talking with Levi, I was up at the shop, I think maybe it was Christmas before last, and we were talking about it. And he says, before it was easy. He's like, because it was pretty much the same platform minus bodywork for so many years. He's like, we had it developed. He's like, we knew what to do. And he's like, now it's kind of changing it up. And how's that been for you guys making the switch? Obviously, you're having some success with it. I mean, how is this new Axis chassis now that you guys have, had some time on it and been able to fine tune it?
I've been super happy with it. It's actually of a lot of the switches that I've gone through on, some of the different chassis switches throughout my career. This one I'd say has to be the smoothest. The way they redesigned the whole body of it, and just the steering. I mean, being on the Pro Open sled, I've had the privilege of, kind of having some of that stuff earlier on than the guys in the Pro Light classes and further on down. So the switch for me was super, just smooth. And now, hearing back from the Pro Light guys that they finally get, all the benefits, I think everybody will agree that it's just been a big positive for Polaris. And so, they took what they had, like Levi was saying, they've had that success on that platform for so many years, and then just built on that, which is pretty awesome because they're really good sleds.
Yeah. Well, I got to ask before we let you go, we got about 2 minutes left, but I know last year, Levi's been a Red Bull athlete forever. They signed you and your teammate to Red Bull deals. How was that when you got that first hat and was able to put it on? I mean, that's a big deal for any athlete.
It was absolutely amazing. I mean, becoming a Red Bull athlete has been something I've dreamed about for years and years, and And I'll never forget it. Like, Levi invited me over to his house one night, and it was probably 9 or 10 at night. And he goes and he grabs us a couple Red Bulls, and I'm like, oh, like, you know, I can't have a Red Bull now. I need to go to bed soon. Like, I'll be up all night. And he says, well, you should probably have one now that you're an athlete. And I said, you got to be kidding me. So so we drink those Red Bulls. I think that's the fastest Red Bull I ever drank.
That's awesome.
That's totally Levi's style, too, to sneak something in like that. That's so Levi's style. That's awesome, man. Oh, well, you know, congrats on, you know, the start of the season. You know, obviously, I'm sure you would love to walk away with a victory, but looks like the team's on point, man. I'm sure we're going to, you know, have to have you back on the show at some point this year, you know, given the victory interview. But good luck the rest of the year, buddy.
I sure appreciate it. Thank you for having me on today.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kyle.
All right. You guys take care.
All right. You too, buddy.
You too. See you later.
All right.
All right. Bye. All right, that was Kyle Pallin from Team LaValle coming out that opening round at Duluth. We're going to take a short break. We come back. We got James Rimmer, Connor Martell from Dirtfish Rally School, and Red Bull GRC Lights drivers. They're on the line here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR.
I'm Polaris rider Levi LaValle, and I choose Polaris just because they have the best quality, highest performing, most fun machines out there.
Only one company has taken Levi LaValle to 10 X Games medals, snowcross championships, a double backflip, and a world record long jump of 412 feet across the San Diego Harbor on New Year's Eve, and that company is Polaris. Whether it's dominating the X Games, racing a stock Polaris RZR XP1000 in the Terracross Championship, or just hitting the trail on the weekend, for over 20 years Levi has relied on the same quality Polaris vehicles and products you can purchase at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of action sports legend Levi LaValle and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights.
Life is all about sound. The sound of sports. The sound at the racetrack. And the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Your life demands a tire that provides durability, comfort, and performance, and that's what General Tire delivers for you. From the all-season grip of the Grabber UHP to the comfort and on-road manners of the Grabber HTS to the durability and off-road traction of the Grabber AT2, General has a tire that will help get you where you need to go. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible, because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Got a couple of my good friends up there at Dirtfish Rally School. James Rimmer, Connor Martell calling in. How's everything going, guys?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing good, man. I know I've had both of you guys on air at separate times. It's kind of cool to get you guys both on air together. I know you got a big rally coming up, stage rally. It's going to be Connor's first one, the big white rally. But want to go back a little ways to Red Bull GRC season. I know I talked with James and you both, Connor. I know, Connor, this wasn't your first season. Obviously, you did some races last year. How was it towards the end, though, bringing in a second car, Connor? I mean, you kind of forged on it alone, but then, a couple rounds there at the end, you were able to, have a second car. I mean, how was that, finally having a teammate?
Yeah, no, having James was really cool. Me and him have been friends since I came to Washington last year. And having another person to talk with while I was at the race and who actually was on the track and everything was really, really cool. Hopefully we have another car next year racing. So, having a teammate was really, really nice.
Yeah. Well, and James, I mean, you coming in, obviously you've done some stage rally and stuff before, but, coming into Red Bull GRC, obviously you had a lot of testing time up there at Dirtfish, one of the only schools and, places in the country where, they've actually got some lights cars there where you can do some testing. But how was it going in and having a teammate being able to draw, that additional information? You know what I mean? Do you feel like it helped accelerate the learning curve a bit?
Yeah, definitely. I was definitely thrown in the deep end coming from stage rally. I'd never done any head-to-head stuff, and that was a big learning curve for me for sure. Seattle was a big learning curve, but having Connor was really helpful. I kind of had a lot of the technical and skill parts on the dirt, and he had a lot of pavement stuff. So we kind of put our heads together and were able to figure out stuff that, maybe one of us weren't able to figure out ourselves, and that really came together in LA really well. We'd go out, we'd both do practice sessions and come back and look at data together with both of our spotters and coaches and kind of talk through a lot of the corners. That was really helpful for me because, Connor's done, a season and a half, he has that under his belt that I just haven't done. So there's a lot of little nuances that really I was just trying to pick up on from him, and it was really great.
Yeah. Well, and how was that? Because I know you're not the first guy that mentioned that. You get all the stage rally guys. They all want to go over and try rallycross, right? And they all think, man, I can thread the needle through pine trees, and they're like, this GRC is going to be no problem, and then all of a sudden they get there and it's like, oh wow, this is pretty tough. Was it a little bit of a shock factor? I mean, were you underestimating it when you went in? I mean, obviously you tested the cars before, but I mean, how was it?
Yeah, it was definitely a big shock for me. You go in there and the guys you're racing against are really no joke. You have lots of guys that have done, years and years of road racing. Guys that are just really, really skilled and really experienced drivers, and you're just pitted right against them from the beginning. And that was definitely a big learning curve for me. It was just, these guys are setting really fast lap times in practice and qualifying, and you may be able to go on a stage and be faster than them there, but GRC, especially in a light car, because it doesn't have as much power as a supercar, you really just got to hit your mark repeatedly and consistently, and that's really when I think it all comes together. It's when you can start doing that really consistently. Yeah.
Well, and then on the flip side, Connor, we've got you, who obviously you grew up around stage rally, but here you are. You've been, in GRC. You've been in the lights. You've won races. Now you're going over, big white rally coming up. This is going to be your first ever stage rally. I mean, what are you expecting going into this?
I don't know, honestly. I'm super excited. A little nervous. I'm racing the Dirtfish BRZ car, so it's going to be really cool. Rear-wheel drive in the snow. I've never done any snow driving ever. So I'm really excited. I'm pretty comfortable with the all-wheel drive, tarmac, rallycross stuff, but I don't know. I'm really excited to see how I do in rally. I think it's going to be hard listening to pace notes and trying to drive at the same time.
Yeah. Who do you have sitting in the shotgun with you? Who's your co-driver?
So our main mechanic at the Red Bull GRC races, Sean Metcroft, he's going to be co-driving for me. Nice.
Well, and I got to ask James, so it sounds like Connor is driving your normal BRZ car, correct? What are you driving in the rally?
Yeah, Connor's going to drive my BRZ, and I'm going to drive a new 2016 STI, an open car.
Oh, nice. I think I've seen that when I was up there last time, I think in September. I think they had it. Was it almost done or just getting done? Or I don't know.
Yeah, probably was just getting finished at that point, and then they did some testing, and I actually haven't driven it yet, and Connor hasn't driven the BRZ yet, so we're getting out later this week and going to do some testing in both of those, just kind of get the feel of them.
I was going to say, yeah, you guys definitely need to get a bit of seat time. Man, I'm disappointed. I'm just giving you guys crap here. But I was on a conference call with the guys at Dirtfish a couple of weeks ago, and I said, James's BRZ, it's sitting there, and I'm like, you guys ever, get tired of just looking at it? You know the number. You know my number to call. And they're like, all right, we're noting it. Well, they had this all worked out with Connor, right? So if you guys are listening, man, I feel slighted on this deal, right?
I remember you commenting on my Instagram picture.
Yeah, I know. I told him, I said, I've told James I want to drive his car, and they said, I guess I'm in line to drive it, and Rob Weir from Subaru really wants to drive the thing too. And I'm like, man, I don't know who I trust more, me or Rob, because Rob's been known to put one in a ditch a time or two as well. So, and he's probably listening to this, so I'm probably going to get the call down. But no, seriously, I think you guys are gonna have a ton of fun. So, seriously, though, I mean, obviously, James, you've got the experience in stage rally. You done Big White before?
Yeah, I did Big White last year in the BRZ, actually.
Okay. Man, that's got to be, especially for you, Connor. I mean, rear-wheel drive, going to the snow. Man, that's a tough change over there, buddy.
Yeah. It's gonna be really good. I think I'll be able to get a lot of new skills with it, because I never drive rear-wheel drive. I'm always in the lights car, so I'm not used to it, especially on ice and snow. So I'm learning a lot of car control, and I think it's going to be really good for the future of whatever I do.
Yeah. So I know you can take one from Bucky Lassick here, because I had him on the show right after he did Snowdrift earlier this year, right? And if you do really good, you can say, hey, I did really good in my first rally. If you do really bad, you get to go do a gravel rally, and you can still say, hey, it's my first gravel rally. So it's like when your first rally's on snow, it's kind of can be either good or bad. You can play it both ways. Say, it was snow, and you've got an excuse, right? But if you do really good, I did good in my first rally. So you can play it either direction here. So I don't know. I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, I think it's going to be all right. If I do, it's a win-win.
Yeah, that was what Bucky did. He's like, as soon as Snowdrift was over, he's like, that one didn't count. It was on ice. I still get my first rally on gravel, And I'm like, seriously, Bucky, we're really pulling that card here,
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be one of those rallies. At least it was last year, where finishing is as important as how fast you go. So I think that'll be really good for both of us. It'll be good for me in the all-wheel drive car and Connor in the rear-wheel drive car, just to build some skills and get a lot of seat time. Rally lets you have, tons of seat time. In GRC, you're kind of in and out of the car, and you have a little bit of practice, a little bit of this. But I think both of us are really looking forward to having some really quality seat time.
Yeah, well, and I think that's what's great about rallying on the snow and ice, because it literally – it throws the unexpected at you. It makes you uncomfortable, as comfortable as you think you are in a lights car or in a stage rally car. You get on the snow and ice, and like that comfort level just goes away. And so I think it's good as a driver, because it throws the unknown at you, and it takes you out of your comfort zone. And I think that's really when you start to learn things.
Yeah, sure.
So. Man, definitely looking forward to it. Off season, what's going on? I know, obviously, Connor, sounds like you're back in the lights car next year. James, I've heard, possibilities. I know you're in college right now. I mean, what are the plans for the off season for you two guys?
We're both trying to get as much seat time as we can. We're out here at Dirtfish, driving some of the school cars, driving the practice light car, doing karting on weekends. We both go on every weekend and go karting, and we're just trying to get as much seat time as we can, to be prepared. I'm still somewhat up in the air for next season, but I really hope to be able to do it, and I'm training as if I'm going to be there.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys both. Talking about the karting. I mean, how's that been? I know you guys have some pretty good battles at the kart track, or what?
Yeah, I mean, karting is great. They're all. You go to a rental car place, but it's like a pretty proper track and everything.
Yeah.
So all the carts are like the same, and there's 40 people out there with you, and it's just a nonstop battle, and it's awesome. Yeah, it's super fun, and it's a good workout, because driving a go-kart is actually very hard.
Yeah, our first race, Connor spun me out on the third corner from behind.
Well, you know what's funny about kart tracks with me? Like, I go and I consider myself a pretty good race car driver, right? You know, race trophy trucks, done some rally stuff. And I go to those kart tracks, and I mean, I understand, you know, road racing. I haven't done it professionally, but I've done it, you know, so I understand proper racing. And I get out there and I think I'm going to be really fast. There's always some 10-year-old kid that who knows who the hell he is, but he knows that track really well, and he's got like 2 seconds on me. It like blows my mind with karting. Like, there's always that one kid out there, and he weighs nothing. He weighs like 50 pounds, you know, and you put him in that cart, but it's like, it's crazy. There's always that one local kid that can just destroy everybody.
Yeah, like at the karting track we go to, there's like literally a 12-year-old kid who smokes everyone. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and you know, it's you know, Connor has quite the weight advantage. He's got about 60 pounds on me. So, I always give him crap about that.
Oh, geez. I got to ask you, James, man, been following you on Instagram. What kind of stuff you guys been pulling in the garage lately? Any surprises your dad have show up?
Oh, there's always something interesting showing up. Just thinking about recently, since I last talked to you, probably we brought a Lancia 037 over, a road car. So that's really cool. We've been I haven't been out in it yet, but you know, we've been talking about getting it running and getting out there in it. And other than that, some newer 911s, things like that. Trying to get a theme going, but yeah, you know, I've been away at school. I'm in Colorado, so. I kind of come back when I can and see what my dad's kind of done. I'm always usually pretty surprised.
It's like Christmas time when you come home and open the garage. You're like, oh, wow, look at this.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to phone in, man. Good luck at Big White. Hopefully we can get one of you guys on after the rally with a big winner's interview.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, guys. Talk about a fun couple of guys, Dirtfish Rally teammates, Connor Martell, James Rimmer. You know them from Red Bull GRC, and now obviously James been around Stage Rally for a bit. His dad, Steve, an amazing human, and the owner of Dirtfish Rally School up there. So lots of fun, man. A couple of young guns, man, truly young guns, guys that literally in rally circles, whether it be GRC or Stage Rally, man, guys to look out for in the next couple of years. Definitely guys to look out for in the next couple of years. Both of them, impressive records. Connor, second year in lights, and man, he put it together. Took the top of the box, and James, I was very impressed with him debuting towards the end of the season, and you never quite know what to expect, and man, he found speed pretty quick. Definitely impressive. So kind of be fun to see the flip side and see Connor go over into James' world in Stage Rally, and obviously he's got a proper BRZ rally car there, so it's gonna be kind of cool. Big White Rally, man, it's snow and ice and everything nice, right? Is that the way you say it? But gonna be fun, man. Great catching up with them, and up there at Dirtfish Rally School doing a bit of training, and we're gonna be back after this on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderson, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When R.J. Anderson wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning RZR XP1000. R.J. is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris RZRs to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris RZRs RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderson and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris RZR vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Grab your girlfriends, brides-to-be, even your mum for a smoking hot night with the mates from Thunder from Down Under. Direct from Vegas, it's the Outback Fantasy Tour with the guys performing live at the Blue Water Resort and Casino Saturday, December 3rd. Tickets available now inside the Blue Water gift shop for 2 shows, 6 and 9 p.m. Arizona time. Pre-sale only $25 and 35 day of show. Or online at bluewaterfun.com. Must be 21 or older.
Blue Water Resort and Casino. Right on the right on the money.
Get ready for some serious country music from the one and only Dwight Yoakam. Live in concert Saturday, December 10th at the Blue Water Amphitheater at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Gates open at 2. Show starts at 3 Arizona time. General admission tickets in advance for $40. VIP tickets are $75. General admission day of the show is $60. Visit BlueWaterFun.com and reserve your tickets now. Dwight Yoakam live at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Don't miss it.
Blue Water Resort and Casino. Right on the water, right on the money.
MTX Audio is the leader in sound. Whether you're looking for high-quality, all-weather motorsports audio products like soundbars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle, need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones, MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at mtx.com. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here. We're going to get to some quick snowcross results. And, man, I got to tell you, big weekend up there. Obviously, kind of broke things down with my boy Kyle Pallin. But Amsoil Dominator, as he said, went to Elias Ishuel. He ended up getting Kyle Pallin there in the final of the Dominator. That kind of kicked off the opening round weekend. So opening round number 1, looking up at the Pro Lights. Pro Lights, sorry, man. Computer's getting frozen there. Jake Angove taking the win. Looks like I'm just going to go by Aki, I don't know, man, how to pronounce this last name. Coming over from Finland. And then we've got to Nicholas Lorenz in third, James Johnstead, and Marcus Ogamar rounding out your top 5. La Valley rider Zach Mason. Always got to give our boys at La Valley a shout-out. He finished up in 8th in the opening round. And then going up to final round in of round number 1 in the Pro Open, it was Lincoln Lemieux taking home the win, Tim Tremblay, and then Tucker Hibbert in third. Kyle Pallin and Cody Cam rounding out your top 5. Then you got Ross Martin. God, look at this. Just like Kyle had said, man, just a stacked lineup in snowcross this year. Crazy. And then looking over at point standings, Lincoln Lemieux on top, Tim Tremblay, Cody Cam, 1, 2, and 3 in the point standings. And then Jake Angove is the leader in the Pro Lights. So, that was those are your snowcross results. And we are going to take a short commercial break. And when we come back, we got a Dirtfish Rally Report. Lots of rally action coming at you from the weekend, man. We had Canadian Rally. We had World Rallycross Championship wrapping up. So lots to talk about here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it. So when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our Razor vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than join Polaris in their award-winning lineup of RZR vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a RZR 170 like me, take the entire family out in a RZR XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new RZR XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris RZR. Check out the full Polaris RZR lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. I'd like to jump right into our Dirtfish Rally Report for this week, brought to you by our good friends at Dirtfish Rally School. Find out more information on the web at www.dirtfish.com. And, man, had my Dirtfish teammates on earlier on in the show, Connor Martell, James Rimmer, and keeping in the Dirtfish theme of things. And those of you that want a discount at Dirtfish Rally School, hopefully you saw my posts on Facebook for Cyber Monday, Black Friday, and all that. You got in on it. If you didn't, good news for you is the Down and Dirty Radio Show and myself, we have you covered. You still get a discount at Dirtfish. Just use that coupon code JBDirtfish. I think it's 15% off at Dirtfish Rally School. So JBDirtfish, that will keep you locked and loaded for even more savings at Dirtfish Rally School. And this weekend, we're going to talk with Antoine Lestage here coming up in hour number 2, but he took home the win at Rally of the Tall Pines up there in Canada over Travis Pastrana. Big shootout there, Pastrana and Lestage. Simon Vincent finishing up in 3rd. Tino Fortunato in 4th, and David Nickel there in 5th. Other notable, Brandon Simonuk. He is a guy that I really want to interview on the podcast, man. Just a phenomenal talent. On a mountain bike and in a rally car. Like, seriously, the guy is just top-notch. Would love to interview Brandon Simonuk. I need to make that happen somehow, some way. We got to get Brandon Simonuk on air, man. The guy is just talented. Easiest way to put it. But, Brandon Simonuk finishing up there in 8th. So, big white rally coming up next for the Canadian Rally Championship, and that's going to cap off the 2016 season. ARA Rally looks like they're going to go up and run the kickoff there of the Canadian Rally Championship next year. So lots of cool stuff coming out of Canada. And then looking at World Rallycross Championship, capping things off on the year, and it was Andreas Backerud coming away with a victory for the Hoonigan Racing team. Backerud Blue, they were saying, as he took home a win. We had Johan Kristoffersen in 2nd and Topi Heikkinen in 3rd. Timo Schreider, Matthias Ekstrom, and Robin Larson rounding out your top 6 in the final. But it was all Matthias Ekstrom walking away with a championship in 2016, and Johan Kristoffersen in 2nd, and Backerud tying with Solberg for that 3rd spot. Man, what a year for World Rallycross. That was your Dirtfish Rally Report for this week, brought to you by our good friends at Dirtfish Rally School. Find out more information on the web at www.dirtfish.com. We're going to take a short break. We come back. Hopefully, we got Joe Duncan on the line here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host a Down and Dirty radio show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it, so when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our RZR vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of RZR vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a RZR 170 like me, take the entire family out in a RZR XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new RZR XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris RZR. Check out the full Polaris RZR lineup at Polaris.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible. Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. A 268-horsepower, turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305-horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI. It's not a sibling rivalry. It's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, and no Joe Duncan. I just got a text from Mr. Joe Duncan. No, he's in these meetings with this massive announcement that they've got, and he says the meetings are running too long, but he says announcement is going to be very good. That was pretty much the gist of the text. So I don't know. Knowing Joe, he may text me in 5 minutes, say, hey, can I call in? I don't know. But anyways, there's some massive announcement coming out. So I'm just telling you guys, if you're watching social media, it's going to happen at some point today, I bet.
Well, I hope it's the confirmation of the legend going to be lining up that the snowbike race. We were talking about it last week, but I think it'd be pretty unreal for Jeremy McGrath to race it, that's for sure.
Yeah, so what you guys got to know about Joe Duncan, you listeners, so, you wonder, why is Jimmy on, and why do I always have him? So Joe is the guy behind Terracross, right? He's the owner of the Terracross Championship, but Joe Duncan also founded the Snowcross Championship. So Joe was the founder of Snowcross. He sold the Snowcross series to its current owners. Then he started Terracross. But Joe also, there's always an also with Joe, right? He also has this events company. So his company helped put on Red Bull Snow Boundaries. He puts on the Ultimate Snowmobiler. He's the guy behind the X Games qualifier snowbike race that we've been talking about. Joe also is the rights holder to all snowmobile and motorized events in like Winter X Games. So the snowmobile events Joe puts on, the snow bike races in X Games he's going to put on. So Joe's like really a connected guy. So I'm just trying to connect the dots for you listeners. They're like, why the heck are they talking about it? So anyways, Joe, he'll be on at some point with this news, I'm sure. If not today, he'll be on it. I don't know, maybe the podcast or something. We'll have to see. But I'm pumped, Hood. I can't wait to get up there. We're like a couple of weeks away from the snowbike qualifier at X Games, and I see all these massive names coming in. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited to get up to Minnesota. You think you're going to be able to go down there to Elk River that weekend?
Well, hopefully. Actually, the weekend before is going to be our first round of the ice bike racing, along with the Snow Oval Championship, the Ice Oval World Championship, or whatever it is. I forget what it's called. But the filler is the ice bikes. But usually we kind of steal the show because it's so incredibly sick to watch. But, yeah, my dad's getting a 500 already in the garage. And, a couple of weeks and I get to have my first race. hopefully, if there's ice, that's the thing. I don't even know how much ice there's going to be. But
you guys had a warm fall, right?
We did. It's like we're just starting to get our first snowfall right now.
Wow, that's so. Yeah. I mean, have they started to ice over at all the lakes at all?
No, not at all. Like, it's been warm on Saturday. I didn't even have to wear a jacket outside. Like, it was incredible. So, and right now, even like it snows, but it doesn't really last very long. Like, maybe just the last 3 days here it snowed, but it hasn't stuck around whatsoever. But I'm kind of ready. Like, I don't mind snow when it's nice and warm outside, but it just turns to slush and it's mucky and it just makes a big disastrous mess. But usually at this point, it's kind of funny because either we're riding, so my dad actually went riding on Sunday, or we're ice riding. So we're very, like, polar opposites, whether we're going to be on the dirt or on ice at this time of year. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I could see your dad as a snow bike dude. Like, I could see him getting into that. Like, he's a bike purist. Like, he's not
a big snowmobiler, though. Like, he's never really had a thing for snowmobiles.
Yeah, because he's a bike guy. That's why, I get that. It's guys like Renner. Renner's a bike guy. He's a bike purist. Like, he's not going to go and snowmobile. Like, I'm sure he's done it, but, like, he goes to snow bikes because it's like a bike. Your dad's kind of that guy. Like, he's he's like, if it's not a bike, he's not interested. But I could see him, like, getting on a snow bike and be like, all right, we can do this. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, I do too, but you can't take that man away from the ice. He likes to race on the ice more than he likes to ride on the dirt. Like, he is the ice man. Like, he has his own little, like, he used to have his own jacket. He's called Ice Man, but his die-hard thing is the ice, and it's pretty funny because whether it's negative 50 degrees outside, he will still go out there and ice ride. Like, he just loves it.
Yeah. Speaking of the ice, so you've seen they've got what is it called, Red Bull crashed ice, where the guys race the ice skates down hills and they got the big jumps and stuff like that, which is cool. Like, that's pretty cool, right?
So we talked about it a little while ago.
Yeah. So Red Bull went out on a limb and they had a video posted. I don't know, it's about a couple weeks back, and I was like, this is the lamest thing on the face of the earth. So they went, everybody, it's widely known that the lamest action sport in the history of action sports is inline rollerblading, right? I mean, it's just, you just don't touch that, right?
Not really. I like to rollerblade.
It's all right. I used to play street hockey. Like, I rollerbladed, but it's, you can't take them to the skate park. That's just, we're not even going to get into that. It's just lame, right? Well,
I don't think it's really lame when you put on a big bikini top and some short shorts, and usually most people enjoy it.
Yeah, but you're not going to the skate park and saying that your rollerblading is better than skateboarding. It's a difference. Like, there's a difference. Like,
Go on.
Anyways, they decided that they were going to. They made a skate park out of ice and let these guys on ice skates go, and they were trying to do like tricks and stuff like that. But it was lame. It was like they were bringing back inline rollerblading. There's a reason why X Games kicked out the fruit booters. Like, it's not cool. Like, ride a bike, ride a skateboard. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Ice skating's pretty cool. I think it'd be pretty. I gotta go look up that video. I think that sounds actually pretty awesome. That sounds like a Canadian thing right up my alley. You guys just don't appreciate ice skating like we do.
I can appreciate ice skating. I can't even think of what the Olympian was. Brian Botano, right? Didn't they have him? They used to make fun of him on South Park. I can appreciate ice skating though. Like, I'll watch it in the Olympics. Like, you do 4 spins in the air or whatever. Like, I can appreciate that. But like, I don't know, putting them on your feet and ice skating on ice ramps, to me, it was just, I don't know. Like, I don't know. These guys get a real talent.
Yeah.
I don't know, Hood. We're going in all kinds of different directions here.
Well, we can switch gears and talk a little 2 wheels right now. I've kind of been doing a little bit more of my brushing up on my motocross knowledge here and, checking out the sites and stuff. And it's actually pretty funny because my mom knew this information before I do, but I just found out, man, I don't know what rock I've been hiding under, and I apologize for not being up to date with things, but I just found out that Will Hahn has officially retired and is actually going to be getting a job and working for Geico Honda. which is awesome. I love to see, people who, he's had a rough go, let's be honest. I mean, half of his career he's had, been seriously injured, and these terrible injuries that's taken him so super long to like bounce back from. And it always seems like right when he's on the top of his game, right after he won a Supercross title, and going into outdoors crashes, going into Supercross crashes. It's just, unfortunately, he has a very up and down career. But I'm really excited that he's taking this next chapter in his career and going to be working in a very prestigious position with Geico Honda. That's really exciting.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Not a lot of guys get that opportunity to immediately move off of a bike and then into a team position. Like a lot of guys, there's like they retire, then they flounder around, and it's like, and then they 2 or 3 years later they land somewhere. But that says a lot about Will Hahn, not only as a racer but as his personality, for them to go, hey, we can move you into this, position, and says a lot about him as a person, because not a lot of riders could make that transition. It's a tough transition going from racing one year to the next year, watching and coaching and things like that. Like it's a tough move. So
and again, most people just go right to the coaching, and Will's always had left a great
I don't know. They dropped Amy Hood. We had the line drop, but we got to take a short break. And when we come back, Amy and I, we got some more chatting to do here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR.
Hey, I'm RJ Anderson, factory Polaris driver, and I drive Polaris because it's the most capable, race-ready off-road vehicle on the market.
When R.J. Anderson wanted to set a world record for the longest UTV jump in history, not once but twice, what company did he trust? Polaris and their championship-winning RZR XP 1000. R.J. is a UTV champion behind the wheel of Polaris vehicles, and he exclusively trusts the Polaris RZRs to bring him race wins and championships against some of the toughest off-road racers in the world. The same Polaris RZRs RJ has won championships in, set world records in, and conquered the Wall of Death in XP1K2 are available to you at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of world record holder RJ Anderson and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris RZR vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR. Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry. It's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Get ready for some serious country music from the one and only Dwight Yoakam. Live in concert Saturday, December 10th at the Blue Water Amphitheater at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Gates open at 2. Show starts at 3 Arizona time. General admission tickets in advance for $40. VIP tickets are $75. General admission day of the show is $60. Visit BlueWaterFun.com and reserve your tickets now. Dwight Yoakam live at the Blue Water Resort and Casino. Don't miss it.
Blue Water Resort and Casino. Right on the right on the money.
Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, just talking a little Supercross. Somehow we dropped to Amy right before the break there, but we're talking about Will Hahn, his new transition into I don't know, what exactly is the job title, Amy? Did your mom say?
I did not see a job title, actually, so I can reach out to Will. We always kind of keep in touch after all these years. We kind of go way back to like 80 days where we used to race in Texas together and be friends. So sorry, that's my puppy. She's yawning.
We'll get him on air next week. Let's get Will on air like in the next week or two or something.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That'd be fun.
We should definitely reach out, and it's just be really cool to see, talk to someone who's now hopefully going to be on both sides of the spectrum of the industry, a racer, and now going into the whole business side of it would be pretty cool. But I also keeping things Supercrossy and then Monster Jammy. It was really cool. I saw an interview with Damon Bradshaw, who is obviously the driver of the Monster Energy Monster Jam truck and former Supercross rider, and that's actually who I met in Vegas with Cole Bernard, who kind of told me about the fact that they were hiring and everything. So it was really cool. I got to see him. I read a little bit about his interview, kind of comparing the feeling of racing Supercross and racing Monster Jam trucks, and it was pretty cool because now he's going to be, lining up for his first round of the 2017 Monster Jam Series in Anaheim, and it's pretty cool. Because he's definitely been on the other end of the spectrum, lining up in Anaheim at A1, and it's just really cool to, read about his comparison and just his mentality and ideals of the two different industries and the two different sports. And again, another great person that we should have on because there'd be lots to talk about there. But it's really cool. It's really awesome to see, and I feel very much along the same lines of my career that people like Will or Damon who once they're done doing what they're doing, they don't just pack in the bags and fold up, go home. It's like, okay, what's next? What else can I do? And what's the next chapter of my career? That's very much, the direction that I chose with Monster Jam as well as, motocross. I felt like, I've almost done all that I was meant to do on two wheels. And then I was like, okay, what's next? What else can I do? So it's been pretty interesting to read about those other two guys who are doing similar things.
Yeah, well, and being either an action sports athlete or a race car driver or, motocross athlete, race car drivers have a little bit more longevity, usually mid-40s. Motocross racers, if you hit 30, 35, you're generally well over and done. But action sports athletes, it's generally, 30, 35. Surfers can get into their 40s sometimes. But it's...
And motorcycle drivers, too, because, it is really gnarly on your body. But you have a little bit of a longer career. But it's a little different now, too, though, because they are replacing a lot of the older drivers with the younger ones, especially this generation of the Central Triple Threat Series athletes. It's much more dynamic. Monster Jam is very different than it used to be. It's not just crushing cars anymore. We're driving the Monster Jam ATVs and speedsters, so it's a lot more competitive and dynamic, and also with the new digital world with social media and YouTube and Facebook and everything and marketing the sport. Sometimes the old guys have a little hard time catching up to the trends and how these sports are now marketed and seen in the eyes of the consumer. And social media is where it's at.
Yeah. Well, the whole dynamic of motorsports has changed because it's, it's not, it used to be just what you do on track, and now that's actually a very small part of it. It's your social media and your other media and your reach and this and your projects and things like that and everything else you bring to the world. And, that's how deals are done. It's kind of interesting. Hey, so when we were talking about Hahn, I pulled up Transworld Motocross just to see what the headlines were over there. And they had kind of like a 2017 predictions. With some updates to it. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I figure we'd give a quick rundown. I do have to say right along that, like at the top of the front page, my good friend Caitlin Ansari was there. They brought her back to do some kind of a modeling thing. And I know she'd posted something a while back on Instagram. Like it was a big deal to her because when she first broke into the industry like 10 years ago, Trans World Motocross had her do like a centerfold spread or something like that. Well, now she's had a kid and everything else, and she's like full on like mom mode and everything else, but she's into fitness and training and things like that. But they had her back, so it was a big deal for her, because it's like, here she is, she's had a kid and all this other stuff, and it's like bringing everything full circle. And so I just had to give a shout out because I saw she was on the front page of Trans World Motocross. She's awesome. But anyways, Team Honda HRC, Ken Roxon, we knew about that. He signed a 3-year deal.
Oh, yeah.
Cole Seeley and Roxon at Team Honda. I mean, no surprises there. And both of them are on contract. Roxon for 3 years and Seeley through 2018. So next 2 years, at least, Honda's going to be looking the same unless something crazy happens.
I mean, Honda has the privilege of having, car money. And, how successful the car side usually entails, how, the backing of the moto side. I learned that actually through when I worked for the insurance company. But it's always really cool to see, because Honda signs these ridiculously long contracts with their athletes. And, whether that was Trey Kennard back in the day, I remember he signed like a 5 to 7 year deal. And then now with Ken Roxon and Cole Seeley, that's just a long time. But that really just goes to show that Honda spends a lot of time thinking and probably, really figuring out who that they want to invest in, and that they got the confidence in these guys. If they're going to be dropping multi-year contracts, that they know that these are going to be the people that they the guys to beat, and the ones that they want representing their brand for years to come. And it's just that's a really cool feeling. I mean, having one contract deal, you're like, oh my God, yay! Yeah. Never mind having multi-years. You just feel good. It's like it's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, I know it's like with me, and I'm in the process, like last year I signed 1 3-year deal for one thing, and I'm in the process right now signing another 3-year deal with something else, and it's like so nice to know, hey, I got a home for the next 3 years, and I don't have to, you hustle, but you don't have to worry about, redoing a contract. Like, it gives you peace of mind. Like, I understand professional athletes, me knowing with these certain sponsors, like I'm locked in for 3 years, like it lets me dedicate more to what they want than me worrying about, contract and money and things like that. Like, I get it. And for a Supercross guy, I feel like they can put their mind to their racing more and not have to worry about all this, outside influences. So I think it's a good move on Honda's part. So moving on, we got Geico Honda. They're just running 250s this year. I guess they had Malcolm Stewart possibly pegged for a 450 ride, but they're just running 250 teams this year, at least according to this. So I don't know. You heard anything else other than that?
Well, I mean, even again for Geico Honda, you got to give a little bit of a shout out to Jeremy Martin. I've been following him on Instagram and social media and just kind of keeping up and stuff. And I have to say, the kid must have made a breakthrough, because I've seen him chugging a beer with Travis Pastrana, and I just thought, you know what? Finally, he's been able to appreciate his career a lot more. And I think that now he has the pressures off of being like this certain person and certain image that he was, thinks he's supposed to be. The fact that he can post a photo of him having a beer in his gear with Travis Pastrana, I think it shows a completely different Jeremy Martin that we have not seen before, where he's actually comfortable now in his own skin. Like Cooper Webb. I mean, we always saw this crazy, fun, wild Cooper, who, when you got that confidence, it really portrays out on the track as well, because you got a little cocky confidence, that's the thing, definitely. It comes out as being cocky, but it's ultimately a confidence thing. And I think that this year we're actually going to probably see a lot more confident Jeremy Martin, who's just a little bit more laid back than he used to be. So I really do think he's going to be a force to reckon with, and I think the Geico Honda team is going to be unstoppable.
Yeah. So here's just keep moving on. It's got a note about Malcolm Stewart. It sounds like he's going to show up in Anaheim as a privateer 450 rider in hopes of getting a deal with somebody. Like, what is the deal here? Like, I look at Malcolm Stewart. If I was a team owner, I would have signed that kid a long time ago. Like, what is going on? How is he?
There has to be something going on that we don't know about. Like, if in all honesty, there has to be something going on in, behind closed doors, some type of controversy, some shit must have gone down. That's the only way I can fathom somebody who's almost clinched a Supercross championship title to possibly have that outcome of not having a factory ride. You know, there's a lot of privateer guys who got a ride, and like, you know, Malcolm's a good dude too. Like I can't even fathom it unless maybe he's money hungry, wanting something bigger, better than ultimately he's been offered, or who knows? Like, or maybe he went down to some foreign country over the winter and been putting in the serious time that nobody knows about, and he just wants to go up and show up and clean up and, you know, get like the best ride out there possible.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like there's either strategy behind this particular play, or he did something, he done screwed up somehow. You know what I mean?
So what happens if Malcolm Stewart shows up at A1 as a privateer 450 rider and takes a podium?
That, like, either he's looking for a KTM Red Bull ride, or I feel like he's looking for the best offer. And I feel like sometimes, you know, people want to offer you something, but you know you're worth more. So what else are you going to do but go and prove that you're worth more? Yeah. And A1 has that opportunity where he can go, and if he knows that he deserves more than what maybe people are offering him, like, I think that's the best case scenario. Why not do that? Yeah. You know, why not go out there and kind of like dangle the minnow on the hook and see what the biggest fish jumps?
Yeah, I agree. All right, we got to take a short break. I know you and I could talk some Supercross all day long, but we got Antoine Lesage coming up after this break. So we'll be back in a couple minutes here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. I'm Polaris rider Jim Beaver. I race trophy trucks professionally, host the Down and Dirty Radio Show, and also travel the country announcing motorsports events. I've seen it all, and trust me, I've done most of it. So when it comes time to relax on the weekend, nothing is better than taking time with my family in our Razor vehicles. They've got the reliability I need to just pick up and go explore the desert, dunes, or trail, and have the capability to attack even the harshest terrain. If you're looking for some of the most reliable and safest, and hands down most capable off-road machines in the world, look no further than Polaris and their award-winning lineup of Razor vehicles. Whether you want your daughter to experience off-road driving for the first time in a Razor 170 like me, take the entire family out in a Razor XP4 1000 on the weekend, or shred the desert and dunes in the all-new Razor XP 1000 Fox Edition, Polaris has you handled. Take my advice and join me and some of the best drivers in the world by driving a Polaris Razor. Check out the full Polaris Razor lineup at Polaris.com, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris Razor.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
MTX Audio is the leader in sound. Whether you're looking for high-quality, all-weather motorsports audio products like soundbars, amplifiers, and speakers that will work on any UTV or motorcycle, need to dial in your car or home with high-performance audio solutions, or are looking for a new portable speaker or set of headphones, MTX Audio has what you need to get your project sounding as good as it looks. MTX Audio is a family-owned American manufacturer who has been in business for over 40 years. Check out the full line of products at MTX.com. Since 1970, KC Highlights has been designing and manufacturing performance lighting for off-road and motorsports, beginning with the legendary Daylighter up until today's revolutionary Flex, Pod, and Pro 6 lighting systems. KC Highlights offers a full line of halogen, HID, and LED lighting solutions for your off-road vehicle. Looking for the best quality lighting? Looking for the brand champions choose? You're looking for KC Highlights. Find out more information at kchighlights.com or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at KC Highlights.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood here, waiting on our buddy Antoine Lestage to call in. I don't know, maybe they got quite a bit of snow up there in Quebec. I don't know. What part of Canada gets the most snow, Hood? Guess she doesn't know either, man. We're snowed in Canada for sure.
Hey, sorry. I always put you guys on mute just in case, something crazy happens here. But, no, probably Winnipeg. That's why our nickname is Winterpeg. We're from the prairies. We don't got any mountains or hills or, any type of rolling plain at all to block the snow. So we just get it dumping in, and it sits here forever. It sucks.
Yeah. So you guys get the worst there in Winnipeg. I mean, I've known the name, but that's kind of crazy. But I guess you guys get like the brutal, bitter winds and stuff because there's nothing to block it, right?
Oh yeah, it's horrible. We get at least negative 50 degrees for 2-3 weeks in the winter.
Is that like Fahrenheit or Celsius?
What's that?
Is that Fahrenheit or Celsius?
I think by that time it evens itself out, and it's minus 40 is minus 40. Both in Fahrenheit and Celsius. So,
hey, we got Antoine on the line, Hood.
Well, hello.
Hey, hi, Jim.
Hey, how you doing? You're joined by Jim Beaver, Amy Hood. I'm outnumbered by the Canadians today. We got Antoine and Amy on here, so I don't know what's going on.
Hey, hi, Amy.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, yourself?
We are awesome here in Winterpeg. Have you guys got a lot of snow right now in Quebec?
No, actually, it's raining today. I'm on the south shore of Montreal, and it's pretty mild, so it's not too bad so far.
Yeah, mild winter for everybody up there so far, huh?
Yep.
Wow. So, man, big weekend for you, buddy. Congrats on the win. We got lots to talk about. I don't know. Last time I had you on air, it's been. I think I interviewed you at one of the Rally America rounds, but maybe a couple years before that. It's been way too long since I've had you on air, buddy.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but yeah, I'm happy to be back on your show.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Canadian Rally Championship, but this weekend because I mean. The Canadian Rally Championship, I look at Rally in the U.S. and Rally in Canada, and you've got Subaru Rally Team USA, and you've got your team up there, Rocket, with Subaru Canada, and it's like in Canada, you guys are the team to beat. In the U.S., you've got Travis and David, and they're kind of the team to beat here, and it's like once in a great while we get to see you compete against SRT USA, and Travis went up there, and had to be pretty exciting for you to have Travis and that effort up there and be able to compete, Yeah,
it was great to have Travis and the Subaru USA boys up to play with us in Canada. I've competed a lot for many years against these guys when I was running my private team and running the Rally America Championship against them. So I've had some good battles over the years with Travis, and it had been a while, and I was quite happy he was coming to the rally, and always good to have good competition, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, and how was that? You mentioned your privateer. I know, obviously you've been around, Rally here in the U.S. and Canada for quite some time. I mean, a couple of years ago, Pat Richard, I know, I think he reached out to you. I mean, how did that whole deal with Rocket and Subaru Canada get put together? Because for you, that had to feel tremendous. I mean, finally being a factory-backed driver, and obviously you've been working with manufacturers in the past, but I mean that had to really be something special for you to step into that car and that role, in that position in the team.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, I had been involved with different manufacturers in the past, and I had some good support, but it was always a private effort with some support. Now it's a proper factory effort, like you're mentioning, and it's a great feeling, and I've worked really hard over many years to get there, but to finally be in that position is quite good, and I really like the Subaru Canada people, and it's great to work with Pat and Rocket Rally, and we've had some good success so far. Won the championship last year, and this year we are in our second year together, and things are looking pretty good now after last weekend's win.
Yeah. How has that been with you? Because the Rocket, they're based out of BC, correct? How has that been with you, kind of being across the country from them?
Well, it's not a problem. We communicate quite often, either on the phone or by email, and they organize tests during the year. And I mean, it's not worse than David living in Wales and Subaru USA being in Vermont. So
it's never been a problem, and often maybe I'll go to some rallies a day or two earlier, and we'll shake the car down, and it's been working really well so far. No problem on that side.
Yeah. How's the car been? Because I think the last time we talked to you, it was right around the car, just getting finished and things like that. And I know there was a lot of development work to put into it. I mean, it's been at least a year. I mean, how's the development been on this new car? Because I know it was the same as the United States team, and the guys in Vermont. It was a new chassis, a new car. You guys had to develop it from the ground up. How's it been with you guys?
Yeah, I think the last time we saw each other was at Olympus in 2015 last year, and it was my first proper rally on gravel with the car, because we had only done a snow event at the beginning of the 2015 season. And we've done a bunch last year in 2015 to the car and we brought it to a point where we were quite happy near the midpoint season last year. But since then, to be honest, we didn't do much. We just kept it small details, but there was no major evolution. So it makes it even more satisfying to do what we did this weekend. Because to be honest, Subaru Canada, in Canada we're a small country compared to you guys in the U.S., and automatically the motorsport budgets are not the same, and it's definitely a different ball game. The Subaru Rally Team Canada is a great team, but it's a smaller effort than what you guys do in the U.S. So quite happy with what we've done. A good group of passionate people, and to pull out a win like that makes everybody very happy.
Yeah, well, and it's got to be kind of fun once in a while, and it's been a while since it's happened, but to have, the United States team come up, because you can gauge where you're at, when you're running strictly in Canada, and you win all these events, you don't really know how quick you are until you can put yourself against somebody like Travis, so you guys had to been really happy with the results and to see your pace.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it was good for them also to see where they are, and I think it's, like you say, once in a while it's good when we can compete against each other. But like I said, it was a lot of fun. Travis is a guy I really like. He's a genuine guy. He's always straight up and never try to find excuses for anything. And he's a fierce competitor. So it was we had a great time battling together. And I'm sure they'll come back stronger. But for this one, we were able to make it happen. So. Yeah, very special.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at 2017. I know it's got to be pretty exciting for you with, I believe, the first round of the year. The new American Rally Championship is combining with the Canadian Rally Championship, and they're running the first event together. So you're going to have, it looks like a massive field of cars from both the U.S. and Canada. That's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Exactly, you described it perfectly. It's going to be like, first round in Canada, Passe-Neige Rally will be the first round for both the championships. So everybody will be there, and they will be scored separately. There will be results for the CRC and results for the ARA, but still to have everybody at the same rally, I think is pretty amazing. And one day it would be so nice if we could do that more often and merge the two championships together and make one big North American Championship. I don't know if it will ever happen, but the more often we can all be at the same rallies, the better the competition is. And I think for the fans, it's going to be pretty exciting. Just this weekend to have Travis at Pallin and to have the match between me and Travis and Subaru Canada versus Subaru USA, it brought a lot of interest, and it definitely raised the profile of this rally this weekend. So if that could happen more often, it's just good for our sport.
Yeah, well, and you guys are, and one thing the Canadian Rally Championship has always been tremendous at, is you guys have a really good television package there in Canada, and the United States doesn't have that. So that's one thing, Canada brings to the table, at least, north of the border, is you guys have a phenomenal TV package up there.
Yeah, definitely a great TV show, produced by Formula Photographic and Bose Media, and they're doing a great job. And it's all across Canada, both on TSN, which is like ESPN, in English, and the French version of it, RDS. So it's everywhere in Canada. The shows are also broadcast on Motors TV in the UK. So yeah, it's very interesting. Makes our series look very professional, and attract sponsors and good visibility. And we're very happy with the package. They also do a great job with social media and a bunch of things and video on the web. And so no, overall, the CRC is doing really well, and everything is in good shape, I think.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say congratulations. I know back in October you were inducted into the Canadian Motorsports Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's huge. Congrats.
Yeah, that's
quite. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was something pretty big, and to have that recognition while I'm still active was also something very special. Something normally it's something you get but it also tells you that I'm not a young guy anymore. Normally people get that when they've retired after many years. So, it was very special. And to have my name there alongside crazy motorsport names like Gilles Villeneuve and many others, it was very special, very nice evening, and quite proud of that.
Yeah, and then I see John Buffum made his way up there for it?
Yeah, John... John's been working with me for a long time. Yeah. He was my mentor, and he's a great friend of mine, and he's been such a big part in my career. So many years we've done things together, and we've won many rallies together. So I asked him if he could be there to present me my prize. Let's say that's the way they had the night prepared, and he accepted. So he came with us, and we had a great evening. And obviously, we had a few beers after. It was just, very good weekend.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned that you said, I'm getting up there in age, but I got to say, I know last time I was around you, and obviously I know you've got your day job, I guess, is around the fitness industry, but you're one of the best in shape rally drivers I've seen. So I will say, I'll go to bat for you, my friend, and say, man, you're in pretty damn good shape for saying that you're old. So.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'm trying to stay fit. We have to in that sport, and weekend, like the rally we had last weekend was such a tough, long rally, and a long day of recce the Friday, and then we did 200 Ks of special stage in only one day. Normally we spread that over 2 or 3 days on other events, so it was a grueling day, and a big part of the event was at night, long stages where you need to be fit to stay focused and concentrated, and I'm sure it didn't hurt that I was in good shape, and I'll keep doing that.
Yeah. So big white rally up next for you guys. I think a couple of weeks away. That's kind of the home rally for Rocket, right?
Yeah, it's very close for Rocket. It will be in BC. First time that rally will be on the national calendar. It used to be a regional event for many years, part of the Western Rally Championship, and new event in the calendar. I've never done it, but I've only heard very good things about that. Lots of snow normally, and it's pretty cool that we only have 1 weekend break, and then we're back at it again. So back in the car very soon. Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call in, Antoine. Congratulations on the victory. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame, and we definitely got to catch up more often.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, you guys.
All right. Thank you, Antoine.
Okay.
See you later.
All right. That was Antoine Lestage, winner on the weekend, up there in Canada. And, I don't know, Canadian motorsports legend. Easiest way to put it, Hood.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. My dad had the privilege of, being indicted into that as well. And it's just like a huge honor. And it's hopefully one day I can get there too, Jim. That's the goal. But, it's pretty cool to see, athletes who take their job really seriously and dedicate themselves in the gym. And I know a lot of people kind of say, when you're sitting down, you're in a car, or a truck, or whatever, it's the vehicles do all the work. But people don't know how enduring that stuff really is, and just how physically demanding those types of jobs are, and not only physically demanding, but mentally as well. So often when you're more physically fit, you are more mentally prepared as well. So a lot of people don't know that really does go hand in hand.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to take a short break. We come back. Amy Hood and I wrapping things up on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR.
I'm Polaris rider Lee Valley, and I choose Polaris just because they have the best quality, highest performing, most fun machines out there.
Only one company has taken Levi LaValle to 10 X Games medals, snowcross championships, a double backflip, and a world record long jump of 412 feet across the San Diego Harbor on New Year's Eve, and that company is Polaris. Whether it's dominating the X Games, racing a stock Polaris RZR XP1000 in the Terracross Championship, or just hitting the trail on the weekend, for over 20 years, Levi has relied on the same quality Polaris vehicles and products you can purchase at your local Polaris dealer. Take the advice of action sports legend Levi LaValle and visit Polaris on the web at Polaris.com to see the full lineup of Polaris vehicles, or follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Polaris RZR.
The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, a 268 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine, rockets the WRX around corners and down straightaways. A race-ready 305 horsepower turbocharged Subaru Boxer engine keeps the WRX STI a rally legend. The Subaru WRX and WRX STI, it's not a sibling rivalry, it's a tag team. Get the latest from Subaru Rally Team USA at Subaru.com/rally.
For 100 years, General Tire has provided tires for your lifestyle, your adventure, your anywhere. Born from competition, the Grabber tire offers the durability and off-road traction you demand in a tire. We put these tires to the test in the harshest off-road racing conditions to give you a tire that will make your anywhere possible. So let us take you on your next big adventure. Tweet us photos at General Tire, hashtag anywhere is possible. Because with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Life is all about sound, the sound of sports, the sound at the racetrack, and the sound of your vehicle. Don't drive around listening to this. Drive around listening to the sound of performance. Gibson Performance. Gibson Performance Exhaust is the company who can turn this into this. Remember that life is all about sound, and Gibson Exhaust is the sound of performance. Check out your next catback exhaust system, headers, muffler, or UTV exhaust at GibsonPerformance.com and get more power and more sound.
Looking to have some fun on four wheels? Dirtfish Rally School has you covered. Packing as much adrenaline and adventure as you can handle into high-performance all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive Subaru rally cars is where the fun begins at Dirtfish. Just 30 minutes outside of Seattle in Snoqualmie, you'll get a chance to train up to 3 full days with some of the country's best instructors and be put through the high-octane rush of rally on mud, dirt, and tarmac. Get started today and call 425-888-7715 or visit us online at dirtfish.com and use code 911 for a 15% discount. Welcome back to the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris RZR. Jim Beaver, Amy Hood, wrapping things up here on another edition of your favorite action motorsports radio show. And I don't know, Hood, what do you got going on this week?
Not much right now, Jim. Just figuring out what it's like to be a mom, I guess, which is the best form of, not knowing that I'm not ready to be a mom, but I'm ready to be a dog mom. I love it. But I actually have so many of my friends reaching out wanting to adopt my little Charlie, and I know I got to have a very big debate with myself in the next couple of weeks here when I leave to go on tour, whether I'm going to be able to handle a pup or not. But, worst case scenario, I was able to save her life and hopefully give her to a good home, if not my home. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I'm doing. I'm just training and getting ready. And, I'm ready for some ice. I want to set up my tires and do some ice racing. It's my exciting time of the year. And I got a month off, so ice, baby.
I want to do RZR ice racing. I've raced RZR on the snow, but
I did that RZR on the ice here last year. It was super fun.
I don't want studs though. I want to do it without studs. I just think it'd be fun to drift around corners.
I'd like a dream. You wouldn't have very much traction with studs. Just think of if I actually did the ice oval track, because I took the RZR on like a speedway track, so it would lots of twists and turns, but on like an actual ice oval, man, I bet you could just slide into that corner wide open. It'd be pretty darn fun with some good studs.
That's what I was thinking. It'd be a blast. But we got snowcross coming up. We got Pig White Rally, Best in the Desert finale this weekend. We got Snow Bike X Games qualifier. Got to give a shout-out to our partners, Polaris Razor, General Tire, Subaru, Casey Highlights, Gibson Exhaust, Dirtfish, MTX Impact, Terracross, Blue Water Resort and Casino. Follow me at JimBeaver15 on Instagram and Twitter. It's at AmyHood71. Don't forget Project Action, rate, review, and subscribe. And, man, we're going to sign off here on the Down and Dirty Radio Show, powered by Polaris Razor. If you don't have anything else, Hood, I guess we're going to check out. You got anything?
Nope. Just have a safe, fun weekend, guys, and stay warm.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you guys next week. As always, game on.